Hello and welcome to the news brief for Friday, July 29th, 2022 GSN. Thanks so much for tuning in to the program. I was not here for the news last week. I was in El Salvador. I'll talk a little bit about that at the end of the program. And then I won't be here next week. And I'll talk about that at the end of the program. So I'll save those thoughts for later if you want to hear the travel log of Father Kent. If you'd like to just hear the news for here, let's get going. So what do we got here? Please note that we are this weekend doing a supply drive for our school that we have supported for many years, Christ the King School there in Kansas City, Kansas. So if you can help out, there's a whole bunch of lists. There's one list with a whole bunch of items there that you can sponsor. I know it's really hard to see in this little thing up here, but you can go and check on the bulletin, which is online, and there are pieces of paper there in the narthex to see what can you give, how can you help for this. This last weekend Father John was here with Unbound, and I hope that went very well. I haven't watched any of the masses or his message there. I can go back and watch that now on Facebook or YouTube, but if you did not have the chance to support Unbound, there is more information there about Unbound and for sponsoring the children and the elderly. Martha Toddy has begun a new program. She is our Minister of Care on Wednesday evenings to talk about grief and loss. And from what I have heard, it's really wonderful and really helpful for those that are dealing with any stage of grief. So please consider coming on Wednesday evenings. Here is more information right there. And then mark your calendars for a couple things that are coming up. We are starting up the backyard party idea again, finally. We probably could have done this a while back. It's been mostly considered safe to be outside, at least, for quite some time. But we just didn't ever get a chance to do the backyard party, but we're starting up that tradition again. You might recall that we were doing this I think we started that in 2019 maybe, and it's real simple. We're going to go outside on the back area where the playground is, the soccer field, and I don't bring anything except for my boombox, and I'll turn on some music, and I'll have the doors open so that people can go to the bathroom. But other than that, you're on your own. I'm not bringing food. I'm not bringing drinks. You're all meant to bring that. And I'm just basically inviting you all to hang out in the backyard of our church and just hang out, be social. So that'll be 6 o'clock on till 9:30 or whatever. And we're just going to hang out. Bring a Frisbee, bring games, bring things to eat, things to share, things for just yourself, whatever. We're just going to hang out, bring your chairs. I'm not providing chairs even, so bring your own folding chairs. But when we did it before, boy, it was really fun. We've done maybe 3, maybe 4 of these things, and they've just been a delight. So we're just getting together, hanging out, no pressure at all. So I really like this idea of the backyard party. So that's Saturday, August 13th. As the announcement says, the 14th is my birthday, so I'm not asking for gifts or cards or anything, but I would love to see you. And if you want to come and say hi and wish me happy birthday, that's great. But more important to me, really, to be quite honest, is I just want people to get together. And I love seeing people together. So if you got no other plans on August 13th, just come out, hang out, be with folks. We need that time to just be with each other. So that is that. And then also mark your calendars on Sunday, August the 21st. Michael Meddy and his family are coming back to do another concert. You might remember him. He came last year with his lovely family, and they gave a wonderful concert in the gym on that Sunday night. So they are coming back. They asked if they could come back, and I said, sure. So I think it was Willie was really well received, I think, last year, and people enjoyed meeting the family. And so that is Sunday, August the 22nd. More information to follow, but just mark your calendar that Sunday evening. It should be a really great concert. And then reminder that the big value them both, in case you missed the signs, that is this Tuesday. So you've heard the message. Archbishop encourages all Catholics to know more information, and he does encourage us to vote yes on this issue. I know that many people have some difficulties and struggles with the tactics and maybe even some of the verbiage and stuff in the amendment itself or the write-up itself. But that is this Tuesday. So value them both. Archbishop does encourage us to vote yes, and then August the 3rd will be here. So there's been a lot of, a lot of lack of civility going on here. So we need to pray that prayer of civility again. So that is coming up this week. And then I will actually be gone next weekend. But let me backtrack here. So last week I was in El Salvador, or I left on, Tuesday the 19th, and I think I got back Tuesday the 26th. And it was just great. I had a wonderful time. It was just 4 of us. It was a small delegation this year. 2 teenagers, Dylan and Kimberly, and then Teresa, Ailey, and myself. Teresa has been many times. The rest of us 3, it was our first time. And I think all of us don't want it to be our last time, because I really want to go back. Kimberly wants to go back, and I'm pretty sure Dylan wants to go back. So we hope to go back sometime. I just got a new sense of why this community is so important to us. And we really do share an amazing sisterhood with this parish. I really got to know some of these folks just over even just 4.5 days that we had with them. There's such a history that we have, and Teresa knows everyone's names and how everyone's related, and it's just great to be there, and we're building community. I was sharing in my blogs, and I'll put the link down here as well so you can read those blogs if you want, that it's not really a mission trip. We don't go down there and build buildings or paint walls or anything. It's not a work trip. It's a building relationship trip. And we just get to know the people, and they get to know us. And it's a really exchange of people. We have solidarity there. And it's just great. So I'll talk more about this trip and whether or not it's right for you. It's not right for everybody. It's true. But if you might feel that you could be called to have a new sense of solidarity and what it means to be Catholic in El Salvador, it's very, very powerful. We also visited the site of St. Oscar Romero, and where he spent his last few years, and where the chapel where he was shot while he was celebrating Mass. We also visited some other sites, the UCA, the University of Central America, where the Jesuits and 2 others were shot. Lots of shooting. There was a lot of violence, a lot of martyrs who died for the faith and speaking out for justice. It was very, very powerful. We visited Rutilio Grande and the 2 people who were in the car with him, who've just been beatified. They were shot. All these people who stood up for justice, who stood up for the equal treatment of all people, and they paid the price for it. They paid with their lives. It was a profound experience, and I'm so glad that I went, and I want to get to know these people again, and I want to meet them again. So I don't think I'll go next summer, but I am plotting on my calendar for 2024 to go again. Next summer, I've got some other things going on, but I do plan to be back. God, as they say in Spanish, si Dios quiere, if God willing, I will be able to go back there. So wonderful, wonderful trip, and I'm more than happy to share more about those journeys. So that's where I was last week. That's why there was not a GSN last week. Next week, there will not be a GSN because I keep on traveling, and I'm sorry to be in and out. And I know it's causing some stress to our new associate, Father Mersman, as I keep on leaving him by himself. But next week, there will not be a GSN because I will be on my annual board game convention that I go to in Indianapolis. I'm going with my friend, Father Andrew Strobel. we like to play games together. And actually, we're not going to play too many games there at the convention. He's got his own track. I've got my own track, but we're driving up there together. We'll spend time together. And it's good. I always enjoy that time away. And so that's where I'll be next week. So that does mean great news for you, I believe. The Eggman cometh. So Father Jim White will be here again, not this weekend, but the first weekend of August. So be prepared for that. And so Father Jim will be here. I will not be here that weekend. And so however this vote goes this next week, I won't be around for it. I'll cast my vote and then I'm leaving. So Father Jim will take things and talk about chickens or whatever he'll do. So anyway, I hope you have a great week. I am here this weekend, and then I leave for Indianapolis on Tuesday. So have a great week, and we'll see you in 2 weeks here on the GSN. Hello and welcome to the news brief for Friday. I wonder what date it is.